Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with your same module, that is the database design concepts, and the same chapter, that is chapter number 5, that is how to implement the interfaces, or what are the various human development that is used with the various interfacing the human development. In the last class we have studied about the chapter number 4, that is the career development learning. That is what are the various career development learnings and what are the various outcomes terminology that is used with the career development learning. That is chapter number 4 that we have discussed. So chapter number 4 is career development learning that we have discussed in the last class. So let's start the session with the previous class session, that is the Friday's class session, then moves to today's topic, that is chapter number 5. So in the last class we have started with the career development learning, and there are various terminology that is used in the career development learning that is used in the higher education also. So whenever we develop the career, whenever we use the learning, that is how to develop the career, that is the career development learning techniques. So the terminology that is used to describe the career development learning in higher education has been fluctuated from the sometime it was used as a career education, sometime it is used as a higher education, sometime it is used as a career management skill. So there are different criteria, there are different terms that depends on the terminology to the terminology, that depends on the year to year, that depends on the time to time. So for some time the term used was a career education. This term came into common usage in UK schools in the early 1970s and began to be applied with the higher education or within the higher education that is available in the decade of the same era. And then in the 1990s, the term career management skill that begins to be used fairly extensively within the higher education. So whatever the higher education skill, whatever the career management skill that will be used, or that will be used as a fairly extensively within the higher education. It was used, for example, to describe a government-funded development program that covers the 8 institutions that is used in 1980s to describe the policies and the practices that is used by the large business organizations to develop the career of middle and the senior management. So whatever the middle and the career management that will use, that will develop the career of a middle or the senior management skills. The term career development learning is one of the most recent or recent that will use, that will growing the higher education in the UK to develop the skills of the higher education skills. Then we have discussed about various definition, that is what are the various definition of the career development, what are the various skills that is used for the career development, and what are the various method that is used to facilitate the development of. These are the 4 outcomes that is used for the development of the career development. One is the self-awareness, then opportunity awareness, then decision learning, then transition learning. So these are the 4 outcomes. So these are the 4, we can say that criteria by which we can develop the, or by which we can develop the or facilitate the development of self-awareness, opportunity awareness, decision learning, and the transitive or transition learning. So these are the 4 outcomes, these are the 4 development criteria that is used, or that is known as the DOTS, that is the decision, transition, opportunity, and the self-awareness. That is the DOTS. Then we will discuss about these career development learning outcome, that is what are the various career development learning outcome in terms of the self-awareness, in terms of the transition learning, in terms of the opportunity awareness, in terms of the self-awareness. This is the opportunity awareness, then this is the decision making, then this is the transition learning that is also used, that is also used to demonstrate the understanding of effective opportunity search criteria strategies that is used. Then we also discuss about the career self-management focuses, that is also used on the learning outcomes, on the behavior that becomes or that people can use to eliminate or resolve the threatening condition that will be used that they would otherwise experience in their career. Then next is career self-management behavior that is used, that is what are the various career self-management behaviors. First is a positioning behavior that is used for the context, skills, and the experience to achieve the one desired career outcomes. Then job content innovation, what are the influence behavior that we have discussed in the last class, that is what is the difference between the positioning behavior and the influence behavior. Then next is the boundary management, that balancing the demands of the work and the non-flow or non-work domain that is used, that is the boundary maintenance. Then there will be a role transition that will be used. Then most of the behavior that will be used, that is used by the king are in the effect merged with the elements of the dots that will use the career management skill that is developed by the Hawkins and the Wendt. Then next is career management, self-reliance, effective learning skill. That is what are the various skills that will be used. So one is the self-awareness that is used for the effective learning method. That one is the career management. One is the self-reliance. Then next is the self-promotion that is able to define and promote the agenda. Then the customer needs, then how to explore and how to create the opportunities. Then action planning, that is what are the action planning that will be used, that will use to explore the various terms. Then next is the networking that is used to develop the network of the contacts. Then the matching and the decision making, that is how to match the content, what are the various decision making criteria that is used to match the various content. So in this, first of all, the main criteria is that understand the personal priorities and the constraints. Then coping with the uncertainties, that is what are the various uncertainty that is available with the data flow, that is available with the uncertainties. Then development focus, then transfer skills. Now then we have discussed that is how the career development is relevant to the employability, that is the relevance to the employability, that is one of the important concern. Then this is the career development skill that will be used, that is used to develop the career development methods. So that is the relevance to the employability. So according to the Watts and the Knudsen, personal transferable skills and the career development skills have a degree of overlap but are essentially different in the focus. That is, they sometimes overlap. What is the difference between the transferable skills and what is the difference between the career management skill? But that is also used, or that have some degree of overlap, but that are essentially different in their focus, different in their criteria. Now, what is the focus, or what is the, we can say, what is the main content of the career development or career management skill? The main content is on the competence in making and implementing the decisions that determines one's career. That is the main focus of the career management skill. Then the focus of personal transferable skill, that is on the competence with the or within the position that one can enter as a result of these decisions and the transitions or transitions. So these are the two outcome that will be used, that is the decision making support or the decision management skill that is used in making and implementing the decision. Then what are the various positions that will be used, that will use to make the decisions and the transitions. And it has subsequently been suggested that career management skills can be viewed in two ways. So there are two ways in which we can view the career management skills, as a set of the or as a subset of the employability skill. So that is also a part of the employability skill, that is a career development skill. So sometimes people can also join their courses, also think of their courses after employing somewhere. So that is also a subset of the employability skills. Then next is implementing career development learning with the higher education. This is also we have started in the last class, that is how to implement the career development learning within the higher education. That is what are the various mottos, what are the various criteria that is used to develop the that is used to implement the career development learning that is within the higher education. So first is delivery strategies, that is what are the various delivery strategies by which we can deliver the content, by which there will be a career development technique. So in the broader terms, three delivery strategies for the promoting the career development learning can be differentiated. That is either through the specific module, either through the curriculum, either through the more general cross curriculum integration. So either the delivery strategy is used for the self-management, either that is used for the career development learning that can be used. So there are three criteria by which there will be a delivery strategy can be used, either through the specific module, either through the more general cross curriculum integration, or outside the curriculum. And there are three forms of modular approach. And now the first approach has also three forms. One is a generic, where the same modules is designed to be available to the students in any department or the course. Then customize, where template is available or template is adopted to the needs of the different or multiple persons of multiple departments or the courses. Then bespoke, where modules were developed for the specific purposes within the particular department or the courses. That is the bespoke. There are three forms of the modular approach. One is the generic, one is the customized, one is the bespoke. The generic strategies needs more limited development time and can be rooted directly in the established notion of what career development learning compromises. And the customized strategies that tend to be lead to active involvement of the academic staff, and bespoke strategies to be more ownership by the academic staff. So these are the three strategies that can be used for the modular approach. One is a generic, one is a customized, one is the bespoke. The generic includes the same module is designed to be available to the students in any department of the course. That is, the same module is designed to be given to the each department within the department of the course. That is, there will be a systematic implementation among the for the department or for the modules. Then customize, where a generic template is adapted to the need of a particular department or courses. That is, a generic template is available to the need of a particular department or the courses. That is also customized form. Then the bespoke, that is where the modules are developed within the organization, where the modules are developed for the specific purposes within a particular department or the courses. The generic strategy that is used that needs more limited development time and can be rooted directly in established notion of what career development learning compromises. The customized strategy that tend to be more active involvement of the academic staff. The bespoke strategy is more to the academic staff. That is the ownership of the academic staff. Then these are the various terms. That is how to apply the various strategies that is used in this one. So the modules on the career development learning are well established in the USA in 1970. So they are well established in the USA in 1970 and continue to develop thereafter. Then it is later developed in the UK, but were given a significant boost in the late 1980s and the 1990s. So they are given the boost, or they are given the high strategy that is available in the 1890s and the 1990s by the enterprise in the higher education program, that is the Boll and the Butcher 1994, and the subsequent government funding program is also developed with focus on the career development or career management skills. Career modules typically range 5 credit or from 5 credit to the 20 credit. That is, whatever the career module, like your Edexcel course that contains 16 module, and each module contains 15 credits. That is your career development module, because you are working somewhere. This module is given to you as a career module, as a career strategy that will be used. That is a career development module. A number extends to 30 or even 60 credits, at which stage they effectively become a degree course pathway. They are often located in the second year of degree program, though the first and the final year are also used. In some cases, the credit counts toward the 360 credits that comprise the first degree, and so are taken into account in the degree classification. So whatever the degree classification, that will be used for the degree classification, that will be used for the degree containment. And they are often used as optional extra, which are credited and academically attest or accessed, that appears on the student degree transcript but do not count towards the 360 degree credit or 360 credit. In addition to or in place of such module, career development elements can be integrated within the program by linking them to the existing course components, so that the career development learning is code rather than the taught. Now this may be done, that is how the career development learning is code rather than the taught. How this can be possible? By using the opportunity or opportunist basis or on the systematic basis. So there are two bases: either get the opportunity, that is on the opportunistic basis, and either on the systematic basis. For example, as a part of the module template providing the generate or greater transparency for the skills. In these cases, the involvement of academic staff is likely to be even stronger. Now finally, the career development learning can be promoted through the extracurriculum activities. That is also one of the part of the career development learning. So for example, how do you get about the Edexcel course? Either through the internet, either through the pamphlets, either through the any pop-up, any message that is arrived. That is also the everything is electronic based nowadays. So these are the various extracurriculum activity that is used for the promoting the business, for promoting the various courses. So first is the ICT based activities. That example include the computer assisted career development learning, program on the CD-ROM or on the creation and the enhancement of websites. Then non-credit bearing special events, example career fairs, one-off sessions on the particular career management skills, example the self-presentation or the short residential courses. So first is the ICT based activities, that is the computer assisted program or the learning is available on the CD-ROM, that is a compact disc read only ROM, and available on the or enhancement of the websites. Then the non-credit bearing special event, that includes the career fairs of one-off sessions on the particular career management skills. Then how it is linked to the personal development planning, that is the links to the personal development planning. So in a number of institutions, close links have been established between the career development learning and the processes of personal development planning. There will be a close link that have been established, that have been given between the career development planning and the process of the personal development planning, that is a PDP. That is a CDL, that is a career development planning, and the PDP, that is a personal development planning. The introduction of such processes is the part of the implementation of the Deering report recommendation that institution over the medium term should develop a report or the file that is designed to assist a student to identify whether the achievement and the information is available or not. And the two means are also investigated over this. The first mean is that a transcript recording the achievements and the PDP process through which the students could monitor, build and reflect upon their personal development. And then all institutions were to be implementing the PDP aspect of the progress file by 2005 or 16. That is the personal development planning. Now PDP are relevant or overlap with the career development planning also in three aspects. What are the three aspects? First of all, the PDP, that is the personal development planning, also helps the student to translate the learning experiences into the language of employability and to support the reflection on the development of the self-knowledge. That is how to get the self-knowledge, how to gain the self-knowledge, and how to make the reflection upon the self-knowledge. And the skills of the reflection and the recording also enhanced by the PDP, that also lies at the heart of the career management skills. Then they develop a bank of evidence that students can mine in presenting themselves effectively to the future employer. So whatever the future employer that will be used, that will be available in presenting themselves to the future employer. Conversely, career management development or career development learning helps to ensure that PDP processes are not limited to learning and to the present. So they are not limited to the learning and to the present, but they have a future orientation also. That is, they have a future scope also that incorporates what to work, how to work, and when to work. That also helps the undergraduate, graduate, and the postgraduate persons. Now next is the teaching and the learning method. That is, what are the various teaching and the learning method that is used in the career development learning. So this is one of the important aspects. This is one of the important topic that is available in this chapter, that is the career development on implementing the career development within the higher education. So teaching and the learning method, that is, what are the various teaching and what are the various learning method that will be used or that will be used to assist the career or that will be used in the career development learning. So that are the teaching and the learning method that is used in the career development learning. Teaching and the learning method that is used in the career development learning needs to meet at least two major requirements. So there are two major requirements at least that will be need to meet at least the two major requirements. First of all, they need to be personally engaging and therefore based on the active involvement of the student. That is a so first of all, the first line says these are the methods or the teaching and the learning methods used in the career development learning, that is used for the career development learning, need to meet at least two major requirements. So whenever we use the teaching and learning method that is used in the career development, what are the various outcomes or what are the various requirement that meets or that requirement is met by the teaching and the learning methods. The first requirement is that they need to be personally engaging, that is, they need to be personally involving and therefore based on the active involvement of students. So whenever we use the teaching and the learning methods, so everyone should personally engaged or involved and it's based on the active involvement of the student. So every student is involved in the teaching and the learning method. that is used for the career development planning and use of the interactive teaching and the learning method. For example, we are using the go-to meeting, or we are using the video conferencing, for example. So this is also one of the interactive teaching learning method, because I'm available in India, you are available in Nigeria. That is too far distance that I'm not available, or I'm not coming to your country, or you are not coming to my country. So in this way, by using the go-to meeting, by using the web webinar or video conferencing, we are interacting with each other. I taught you and you understand the concept. If there is any doubt, you can ask the doubts from me. So this is one of the important concepts that is used of the interactive teaching and the learning methods. That is also involves the active involvement of the student, but unfortunately my students does not fully participate with me, fully coordinate with me. I'm sorry to say. All right, no issues. So next point is they need to make the world of work become real. So this make the world of work, that is become real, and therefore include the active involvement of the employers also. So what the next requirement, what the teaching and the learning method requirement, they need to make the world, or they need to make the world of the work become real. So whatever the work done, that will make the become real, and therefore include active involvement of the employers also, and where possible direct the experiences of work. That is, the direct means also involve the experiences of the work that involve the active involvement of the employers. Certainly there is room for the traditional instruction method for some elements of the program. So there is also a room that is also available for the traditional instructor method for some elements of the program that is given, that includes the teaching the academic element of career development theory. So there is also a traditional method in which teaching is only, we can say teaching is only treated as a career development theory. Only teacher come, teach the topics in a theoretical way, you understand the concept, then you forgot everything. That is not only the case, that is not only the always the case. So there is no, or there is a room for the traditional instruction method that is also used in the program, that includes teaching the academic element that is used of the career development theory. But such methods are unlikely to be sufficient, so that is not sufficient method that is used in this one. So there is no, or there is a room for the traditional institution or instructional method that is also available for the development of the program, that includes the teaching the academic requirement of the career development theory. That is, what are the various career development theory that is available over the career development, and these are also known as the career, or these are also known as academic element that is available for the career development. And personally engaging teaching and the learning methods mentioned by the AGCAS and the pedagogy for the employability group, that also includes the so there will be a pedagogy group that is for the children, that is also used for the career development technology, that personally engaging the teaching and the learning method that is available by the AGCAS, and the pedagogy of the employability group that also includes the facilitative teaching styles that encourage and model an open and honest exploration of the career planning processes. That is, what are the various career planning processes, what are the various learning outcome teaching style that will be available that engage and model an open and honest exploration of the career planning process. Then using the short bus group discussion within the lecture group sessions, then the self audits, that is of the example of the personal and the career management skills, then the role play that also includes the recruitment personnel and the mock interview, then the peer review that is of the CVs or the assignments. So these are the various, we can say, the learning methods, or we can say the pedagogy for the employability group that is also used in the development, that is also used for the engaging the teaching and the learning method that is described in the pedagogy of the employment group. So these are the various short-term or short bus group discussion within the lecture group sessions, then the self-audit, that is the example of the personal and the career management skills, then the role play, that is the recruitment personnel and the mock interviews, and then the peer review, for example, of the CVs or the assignments, then the card sort exercises, that devising a sequence of decision making activities, then the snowballing activities that begin with the pair based work that is also used to or combined to a large group response to a challenge set. That is these are the various activities, or these are the various, you can say, the groups or the method that is used with the employee, or that is used with the teaching, or that is used in the teaching and the learning methods. Then next is the problem based methods. Then supplementing the lectures with online peer discussion group or tutor managed discussion forums. So supplementing the lecture, that is how to supplement the lecture with the online peer discussion group. There will be a discussion that is also available in the online, that is a peer discussion group that will be used, or that includes the peer discussion groups or the tutor managed discussion forums. There will be a feedback form also, that is also the tutor managed discussion forums. Then the self-directed learning, that is what are the various self-directed learning method that is used in the various activities. In addition, there is a potential for active involvement of the students in the design and the delivery of program. So whatever the design, whatever the degree of program that will be available, that is used in the designing of the programs. This can include, or that can include, the systematic consultation of students through surveys or a focus group discussion. That also includes what are the various consultation method, what are the various grouping method, that is a systematic consultation of the student through surveys. That is a active involvement. So this is the next method. So in addition, in the teaching and the learning method, there will be active enhancement, or there will be active engagement of the students also. That also includes that is the involvement of the students in the design method, in the design phase. That includes the the systematic consultation of the student. That is, a systematic consultation means systematic deal with the students, systematic interact with the students through surveys or the focus group discussion. So that is also done through the surveys, whatever the survey that is given, or the focus group discussion that is used, that is in designing the program. That is the systematic consultation of the students. Then using the immediate student feedback in reviewing the program. That is, what is the immediate student feedback, that is also available in reviewing the program. Then contacting the former career management module students after graduation to provide long-term feedback. So contact the formal career management module student, that is the formal means the whatever the career management module student after graduation to provide the long-term feedback. So whatever the long-term feedback that will be available, that is used for the graduation, that is used for the student who are doing the graduation to provide the long-term feedback. Then involve such graduates in the delivery of the module to the current students. So first of all, there will be a systematic consultation. There will be systematic consultation of the student that is available. That includes the surveys or the focus on the group discussions in designing the programs. Then use the immediate feedback, or then use the immediate, we can say, the student feedback in reviewing the programs. Then contacting the formal career management module students after graduation to provide the long-term feedback. So whatever the long-term feedback, whatever the career management program that will be available, that is used in the graduation, that is used by the student after the graduation to provide the long-term feedback or the long-term benefit. Such forms of participation can mean that students feel that they none of say, or more of say than in the other areas of their higher education studies. So whatever their higher education study, that will be used, that will say more of the say than in the other areas of a student. This can result in an increased sense of ownership over their personal learning in the career development area. So whatever the career development technique that will be used, that is available in the career development method, that will be available in the career development strategies. So come back from the break. Now let's start the session again. So these are the various, we can say, the requirements, or these are the various delivery engagement, these are various relation to the world of the work that is used, that provides a compelling rationale for the active involvement of the employer in the design and the development of the program. So whatever the program that is developed, that includes or that as a usage of the that has a perfection in the design and the delivery of the program, or that can include involvement in the planning and the development. So whatever the involvement that will be used, that is involved in the planning and the development, that is used for the active engagement of the planning. So that is involvement in the planning and the development. For example, contributing to the definition of the career management skill that is used to the production of the course material, and that is also available for the course material, including the non-line course material, to the self or the to the staff development program that is used for the staff development programs, and to the course design, that is the one of the we can say the design and the one of the active and involvement of the employer and that in the design and the delivery of the program. That includes the involvement in the planning and the development, that for example contributing to the definition of the career management skills. Then next is making the direct contribution to the program delivery. That is also the next point. That is also one of the involvement of the employer in the design and the delivery of program. That includes the making the direct contribution to the program delivery. For example, providing or making the input to the workshop, lectures or the seminar, and acting as a host for the project work and the placement. So whatever the project work that will be used for the active involvement of the students. Particularly strong areas for such involvement include activities related to the recruitment and the selection. For example, the interview simulations, application, CV analysis. So these are the various recruitment staffing method that is used for the recruitment and the selection method. And there will be a team building that also involves for the problem solving task. So these are the various strong areas for the involvement of the activity that is relating to the recruitment and the selection. That is also the one of the activity, one of the we can say the comparative rationale for the involvement of the employer in the design and the delivery of program, and that can add to the various activities that can increase their credibility of the student. Employer's motivation for the involvement includes, so whatever the employer's motivation, that includes conveying a positive image of their company or organization. So the employer motivation or motivations involves the convey of the positive image of their company or the organization. That provides a company image, that provides a direct company image or positive image of their company or the organization. Then access to a prospective or access to prospective applicant. So whatever the applicant, whosoever the applicant that is used, that is access to the prospective applicants, that is how to access them or how to use their resources, that is access to the prospective applicants. Then company policies increasing community involvement. So whatever the community involvement that include the company policies. These are the employment or these are the involvement of the employee that will includes the positive image of their company, access to the prospective applicants, company policies. So these are the three parts. There is, however, a tendency for the employer contributions to come mainly from the large rather than the small or the medium-sized organization. So this is a tendency for the employer contribution, that is the more and more employer contribution will come from the large rather than the small or the medium-sized organization. So more and more employer contribution is available from the large organizations. And for such employees to be more prepared to involve themselves with vocationally oriented courses or in the higher status institutions. So that will be also one of the tendency for the employer contribution, that such employees to be prepared or such employees to be ready to involve themselves with the vocationally oriented courses, or that is they are fully or they are involve themselves or they involve themselves within the vocationally oriented courses in the higher status institutions. Now, opportunities for the direct experience of work can contribute strongly to a career development line. So whatever the direct experience of the work that could be used, that also contribute to the career development learning, that is also one of the part of the opportunity, that is also one of the part of the direct experiences of the work. The Deering report recommends that all institutions should identify the opportunities to increase the extent to which the program helps the student to become familiar with the work. So whatever the whatever the Deering report, that should recommend that all the institutions should identify the opportunities, that all the institutions should identify what are the various opportunities to increase the extent to which the program helps the student, so that they will be familiar to the work and help them to reflect on such experience. Three main categories of such work can be, or such work experience can be differentiated. So there are three main categories that is used, that is also used for the work experience, that can be differentiated with this one. The first one is organized work experience. So these are the three main categories of work experience that is used among the employees, among the colleagues. First is organized work experience as a part of the program of study. There will be a For example, this is a work experience that is used for the organized way, that is used as a, or that is also known as the organized work experience, that is used as a part of the program of the study. This may include long placements on sandwich courses, short placement on other courses, and clinical or practice programs on some professional degrees. So this can be used, or this can be organized work experience as a part of the program of the study. That may include the long placements, that may include the short placement, that may include the clinical or practice programs on the some professional degrees. It ranges from doing an actual work through shadowing a worker in a job. That is also one of the actual job that is also received. That also includes shadowing a worker in a job to carrying out a work-based learning program. So whatever the learning program that is carried out in a work-based learning project. And these program of study, some may be a paid, some may not be a paid. So some are free of course, and some may be a paid courses. It may also include credit for year-long placement unconnected to a specific program. So whatever the program, whatever the credit that value that is given, that is available for the year-long placement, that is unconnected to the specific program, that is not connected to the specific program, whether it may be a part-time program, whether it may be a full-time program, whether it may be a term-time program, or the or any vacation program, unpaid work that will be used for the that is some are paid and some are not paid. And this also used for the year-long placement that is unconnected to a specific program. Then next is the next category is organized work experience external to the program of study. So one is organized work experience as a program of program study or as a part of program study. Now next is the organized work experience external to a program study or the external to the program of the study. That is a organized work experience. This includes national programs, for example STEP, which rearrange or which arranges the project-based placements in small companies and not for the profit organization. That is a STEP that arranges the fast paid or that arranges the project-based placement in small companies. That is providing the placement in the small companies so that they can be available, they is available or they are used in a small companies and not for the profit organizations. And CRAS is also used as an Insight Plus that recognizes and accredits the development or the skill developed through the part-time employment. So whatever the skill that is also used, that is also a part or that is also a work experience that is external to a program of study. That includes the STEP, that includes the CRAC Insight Plus. So these are the program that is used in the small organization, for the non-profit organization, and for the small companies. Next is ad hoc work experience external to the program of study. Ad hoc means a temporary work experience that is external to the program of study. That is the next part. This includes the part-time jobs that the student set up for themselves. For example, you are a student. You are my student. For example, I'm not saying you are a part-time employee. For example, you are doing part-time job. So you are an ad hoc work experiencer external to a program of study. That includes, or this includes the part-time job the students set up for themselves for earning rather than the learning purposes. So they can get the resources, they can get the money, and they can also involve that money or use that money for the part of the program or the program of the study. In addition to the vacation work that most students have traditionally undertaken, around 60% of the full-time students not work during term time. That is, in addition to the vacation program, whatever the vacation program that is used, most students have traditionally undertaken that are also used, that is also taken around 60% of full-time students. There are 60% of full-time students that is available. Now they are work during the term period and do so for an average of 10 to 14 hours per week. So 60% of full-time student work during the term time, during the we can say the office timing, and for an average of the 10 to 14 hours per week. To these can be added work simulations within the higher education settings in the form of either simulated environment or a simulated technique. So whatever the technique, whatever the work that can be added, that can be available within the higher education settings in the form of either the simulated environment or in the form of the simulated technique. What's the form of simulated environment? For example, the print studio. What's the form of the simulated technique? For example, the business game. Career development learning can also use, or can you use all of these experience as a resource of the learning. So whenever we study or whenever we use about the career development learning, that can use all of these experience. So whatever the experience that can be used, that is used as a career development learning as a resource for the learning. So whatever the technique, whatever the criteria that is using, that is available in the career development learning, that is also one of the usage that is available in the career development learning. Now, what is the use of the career development learning, and how it can motivate or how it can experience as a resource for the learning? So career development learning helps the student to prepare for such experience in ways which harness their career development learning potential. That is, uh, before going to the market, before going into industry, they are preparing the students. So career development learning prepare the student, that is how to deal with the scenarios, how to deal with the situation that arises when you work somewhere. So it may be a political issue, it may be a general issue, it may be a pressurized issue. So it helps the student to prepare for such experiences, whatever the experience that is available in the working environment, whatever the scenario, whatever the criteria that is available in the working environment. So that helps the student to prepare such experiences in ways which harness their career development learning potential. That is, harness means which increase their career development learning potential. Then it also helps the students to reflect on the career development learning they can draw from such experiences. So it also helps the student to reflect on the career development learning. So whatever the career development learning method that will be used, so that will help the students that they can draw from such experiences both during and after the experiences. Now the career development also, or learning also, helps the student to develop the evidence of work related experience. So this also helps the student to develop what is the evidence of work related experience, that is how to work, what are the various related experience that is used, and possibly proficiency that can be used in the future job application. So whatever the job application, whatever the future job application, that also guide the student. That means this career development learning also provides a counseling to the students. So first of all, it helps the student to prepare such experiences which harness their career development learning potential. Then it helps the student to reflect on the career development learning that they can draw from such experiences. Then it also helps the student to develop the evidence of work related experience and possibly proficiency that can be used in the future job applications. These are the various experiences that is used as a resource for the learning. Now, these are the three, we can say these are the three career development learning that can be used. Now, next is the assessment and the evaluation. So, my question is to Joseph. Joseph, you have any doubts regarding anything, or shall I continue this topic in the today's session or in the tomorrow session? If there is any doubt, any clarification, you can add the doubts from me. Good afternoon, sir. How are you, Joseph? Okay. Shall I give you a course material right now? Yeah. Can you tell me your ID again? Can you tell me again? Can you write the your email ID? Okay. 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 All right. It's DIDO. DIO. This is first one, right? This is correct. DIO, DIE. Okay, just a minute. I will. You are talking to me. Yeah, I have sent you. All right. Anything else? Your assignment marks is basically it's not tell you to. That's a hidden marks. I will tell you whenever the time comes. Whenever you submit all the assignments. The remaining assignments. I will give you the computer system assignment in the day tomorrow on the day after tomorrow class. Then you can submit the computer system assignment. Then the one part of the procedure, one part of the object oriented. Okay, you want a score right now for individual assignments. Okay, so I will talk to my. Okay, so I will talk. Okay, so just do one thing. I will talk to my internal verifier and tell you the response in the tomorrow's class. Is that okay? All right. So thanks a lot, everyone. Bye bye. And in the tomorrow session, I will cover the next topic, that is assessment and the evaluation. So thanks a lot. Bye bye.